people really on YouTube really just have babies to keep the content coming.
Oh,
like
wow.
I feel like y'all,
crazy.
some of y'all don't really want babies. Y'all just need content for y'all YouTube channel.
That's psychopathic.
Literally,
that's like some
like you
psychopath
need help.
shit.
Seek help.
Welcome to the Empty Opinions Podcast, bitch.
So now I have the speaker since you don't have the headphones because you need to hear the music.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now it's like a party. You know what I'm saying? Now you play this shit loud.
You can hear it real loud.
Yeah. I can't play it too loud because of the
neighbors.
Yeah. But it's so funny.
It's still good though.
Yeah. It's like you really feel.
Yeah, like you got a radio station or something.
Yeah, you gotta put the energy. You gotta bring the energy up.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like that's everything I've been trying to do. Like with taking the headphones off and like the sofa and the speakers. It's like supposed to make you feel comfortable.
Yeah,
right?
I feel like it's good. It's a cute sound too.
Thank you. Yeah. Oh wait. One thing that did change was like the curtain colors, because my mom is she likes decorating, so it's like for Christmas you got to make it red. It was like blue, and there's like listen.
So she got you new curtains.
Yeah,
that's actually really sweet.
And she wanted me to get like different ones for spring. I was like, I'm not doing all that. Like I like red.
The red. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the red is cool. It goes with the logo. I think it's fine.
Yeah.
We got all right. This is what episode 104. We have one of Philadelphia's biggest entrepreneurs.
I don't know about biggest, but newest.
Elba, newest, and is out here doing real shit. Listen, all right, let's just get into it.
Right.
Last episode, you were heartbroken.
Yes, I was.
You were going through it.
I was going through it.
I didn't notice until after the episode, after I watched it. But then I saw it, I was like, oh wow, she was really going through it. I can't believe I didn't notice. And then like a week later, you start like Sold by EM.
Yes, I did.
And then like 2 weeks or like a month after that, you saw EM styled you. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
I'm glad you know that it's EM because people be thinking it's M.
No, because I know it's supposed to be your
the initials.
Name, yeah, and middle name, right?
Yeah.
Maria? Is your middle name? Yeah. And I was like, okay, I need to get her back because I don't know what the fuck just happened.
Right.
Because I feel like, I don't know, we weren't really talking about entrepreneurship. And that's my shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a lot of the people that have on the podcast and
are entrepreneurs.
Are on that shit. Also, just so you know, you can lean back if you want. You don't have to lean forward. Fine. Just whatever makes you comfortable. I'm over here leaning, so if I don't want you to stay like really close to it.
That's fine.
It's up to you. But what happened?
So basically, I was really heartbroken, y'all, because that's what guys do to you sometimes. So I was really heartbroken.
All right, hold on, stop. I'm gonna stop you right there. That's what guys do to you. I understand that. I know. Yeah, sure. Some guys, old guys, whatever. But listen, women do that to guys too.
Yes, they do.
And I'm here to represent the guys who've been heartbroken.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean?
We talked about that last time.
I think, and more shit happened. I mean, shit just keeps happening to me. You know what I mean? Like, with time, it's always something different. But I just had to listen. I'm a guy. You know what I mean? I gotta represent. I gotta share the other side of the coin
for the guys.
You know what I'm saying?
So I was really heartbroken, and that's actually crazy because the guy I was with, he like I would tell him like, oh, I want to sell sneakers, I want to do hair. Like we would talk about it, and he would be like, oh, I'm gonna give you money so you could start your own business. Whoa. I wasn't dependent on it, obviously, right. But it would just be like, oh, that's sweet to have somebody who actually believes in you. Yeah. He was like, oh, you should just start your stuff now, and I was just putting it off. So after we broke up, I was like, I ain't got no other excuse. Like sometimes you need to boss up in a relationship or after a heartbreak. Like heartbreak really forces you to boss up. It does. Like it forces you. So I was like, you know what? What's the worst that could happen? I did rush it. I would say that I rushed.
How come?
Starting my business because it was just like literally this is how when I was talking to my friend Muhammad, and I was like, oh, I want to start selling shoes. He was like, make an Instagram. I was like, but I need like a logo or a profile picture. He was like, I got you, and he made me the logo like in like 10 minutes.
There you go.
And I was like, dang, so I really don't got no excuse not to.
Yeah, definitely.
So I started it, and I had some shoes coming in like a few days later. I started posting. So I was like, yeah, what's the worst that could happen? So I do feel like I rushed it. Really feel like I should have had a bigger inventory before I started. But now the post office is like delayed, and they're like delaying all of my shoes that I have coming in. Fuck. So that's why I haven't posted a pair of shoes in like 2 weeks. But so now I thought it's because of The post office.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I wanted to do hair, and I was already practicing doing hair. My mom's a hairstylist.
Oh, okay.
And she didn't want me to do hair because she's like, oh, I want you to be better than me. Like, I'm not rich off doing hair. So I started doing hair, and then my cousin was like, once you do like 5 heads, like you should start like an Instagram page. And I was like, but I don't know, because the braids I do, would I pay for somebody else to do, because they're not perfect.
Right.
But I say that on my Instagram, like, my braids are not perfect, like I'm just starting out. But people been fucking with me lately, like
That's
people
good.
still be getting their hair done, because like, if since I know my braids aren't perfect, I'm not gonna charge you like $120,
Right.
because they're not $120 braids, but I charge you like $70 and include the hair.
Right.
So yeah, things been going good.
That's great.
So yeah,
It's funny that you said the hairstylist thing, because, you know, hairstylist, like, being a hairstylist is just a thing, but, like, when you said your mom, like, she was doing, I'm like, oh, yeah, that is a very Dominican thing. Like,
yeah,
you know,
it really
salon,
is. Like,
you know what I
my
mean?
aunt is also a hairstylist.
It's
like
almost all Dominican women, I feel like, kind of learn just by being around it. Like,
yeah,
everybody
that's how
in your
I
family.
learned. Like, so my mom
Yeah.
used to live in Spain. She used to have a hair salon, and I used to go over there the summers. Like, I had to be around it.
Well,
like,
she had a hair salon in Spain?
yeah, it was a Dominican
Interesting.
hair salon.
That's cool.
There's a lot of Dominican
In
people
Spain.
in Spain. I don't
Are
know
there?
why.
What's
Yes,
going on over there?
like in Barcelona where my mom lived, there's so many Dominican people. Like, I
That's
was like,
funny.
why are y'all here? Like, out of all the places y'all come to,
Yeah.
Barcelona, Spain.
But you can find Dominicans everywhere. It's
Literally,
so weird.
I didn't notice that until I went to Spain. Like, there's Dominican restaurants, Dominican hair salons, nail
crazy.
salons, like clubs where only Dominican people go to. I was like, why are there so many of y'all that y'all have
Yeah.
like y'all own neighborhoods
Yeah.
in Europe?
That is crazy.
Yeah,
I think I learned that apparently there's Dominicans in fucking Japan.
probably. Like,
That's crazy. What the fuck is
living
Dominicans?
there everywhere. Like,
Bro, that's
they're in Puerto
hilarious.
Rico.
Yeah.
Like, I just thought
Oh,
that was
yeah.
crazy. A whole bunch of Dominicans that live in Puerto Rico. I didn't know
that's
that.
a lot of them. Yeah, a lot of them go over there, and also like I think a lot of older Dominicans go to Puerto Rico for whatever
Yeah.
reason, like to retire in
Yeah.
Puerto Rico or something.
Like, I know a lot of people who are like of Dominican blood but born
Yeah.
in Puerto Rico.
Right.
So I'm like,
Yeah.
dang, like, why are there so many of y'all there?
Yeah, and why is there such a beef between Puerto
Right,
Ricans and
and
Dominicans?
y'all living in, because I never heard of a Puerto Rican person living in DR, but
Right.
I've heard of Dominican people living in PR.
Right. Yeah, I didn't even know. Like, I always say this. Like, I remember growing up in the Dominican Republic. Like, I didn't even know about Puerto Rico, really. Like, you
That's
don't know
how I
about
was
anything.
growing up. Yeah, I noticed that. Like, I went to like a predominantly black, like everything, like
Yeah.
like elementary school, middle school,
Right.
and people would be like, "Oh, you're Mexican." I only knew the only races I really knew were like black, white, Mexican,
yeah.
and Dominican. And the only reason I knew Mexican is because my grandma's boyfriend at the time was Mexican.
Mexican,
And
right.
people would be like, "Oh, you're Mexican." I'd be like, "No, I'm
Yeah,
Dominican."
Dominican.
And I really just thought everyone around me, like, you're either black, white, Dominican, or Mexican.
Right.
Like, that's it.
Yeah.
And then I learned that, like, you grow older, you're like, oh, yeah, I'm Puerto Rican, which is crazy 'cause I have cousins who are half Puerto Rican. I didn't even know,
Right.
like, I didn't
Oh,
even
that's
acknowledge,
funny.
like, they're from Puerto Rico. It's
Yeah.
a place. Until I got older. And I had a friend like that in high school, too. Like, he said he went to, like, an all-white school, and he didn't even know that, like, there were Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, Hondurians, Ecuadorians. Like, he said, like, he was raised, you were either white, black, or Hispanic, but he didn't know there were different types of Hispanic.
Right.
I was
Yeah,
like, that's fucking crazy. Like,
no, that's a thing. I mean, I remember, like, when I was working at a movie theater, like, they would really ask me, like, there was a lot of black people that would come up to me and be like, okay, but explain, what's the difference between Dominican and Puerto Rican? Like, they were dead serious. They wasn't even trying to be
not
funny.
even trying to be rude. Like,
Yeah.
they really want to know.
Like, they really didn't know. That's really
That's
funny.
how it was. I think something I really noticed when at Bodine, there's
Yeah.
a lot of like Middle Eastern people.
Yeah.
And like my grandma, she used to be a taxi, and a lot of taxis are like Middle Eastern people.
Right.
And she would just call them Árabe. So I just thought, oh, they're all
Arab.
Arab. Like, and that was also her way of saying Muslim. Like, if you're
Right,
Muslim,
right, all
she
of
would
it.
be like, you're Árabe. And I'm like,
Yeah,
no,
all
because
of
you
that.
could be Arab and not be
Yeah,
Muslim.
right.
And then when I got to high school, I was like, damn, like, you could be. I also didn't know you could be, like, I didn't know black people could be Muslim.
Right.
Like, until you get around.
I didn't know
like,
white people could be
yes,
Muslim.
like, literally, like, that's how it was. Like, I didn't know other races other than Middle Eastern people were Muslim. And I also didn't know that Middle Eastern people can be other than Muslim. Like, some of them could be Jewish, Christian,
Yeah.
like.
I didn't know Palestinians were mostly white. Or I guess from my
Yeah,
experience,
that's
they're
what I'm
like
saying.
white.
They look like white people.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And I
That's
just
really
didn't know
crazy.
they were, like,
I just assumed they
Palestinian.
were just like tan people with like straight hair.
'Cause
Like
you
my
think-
color
yeah.
was straight hair.
Right.
But no, they really come like different. Like some of them are blonde.
Yeah,
Some of them have curly hair. Some of them don't.
Yeah, that's crazy. But I was talking about the hairstyling thing. Okay, you have these two ventures, let's call it.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know what to say. You know, these 2 businesses that you're doing. Do you plan first off, are you planning on doing more?
No, I don't think I'm.
Okay, I mean, because
I don't think I'm gonna have enough time.
Listen, from the last episode until now, there was 2 businesses that came up. I didn't know if like 3 months from now you would have fucking
6.
10 businesses, fucking dog walking business, or like fucking babysitting business. No, I think
I'm gonna stick with these 2. Yeah, I think I'll definitely stick with these 2.
All right, yeah, that's good. What are your like long-term plans with these 2?
Okay, long-term plans.
Listen, I want you to be the most ambitious. Like, tell me like ultimate goal.
Okay, so it's getting hard because I work and I'm trying to be in school too.
Right. Yeah.
But ultimately, I think like my mom brings up to me opening like a sneaker consignment store. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen one of them. I don't know what the fuck that is. Well, there's like stores. Like, you see how I resell sneakers? There's like resale stores. Like, not like Foot Locker or any of that. They're like resale consignment stores. Yeah, there's one at Cherry Hill. And there's one on South Street. The one on Cherry Hill, I think it's called Statement. And the one on South Street is called Surplex, I think.
Wow.
They sell like Yeezys, like hyped sneakers. Like, that's where people get like, remember when Kanye dropped clothes like mad long ago? Yeah. Or like Supreme, like that's where people get stuff. So they have stores like that. I don't know. There's probably a lot of legal work to do with that because you're reselling.
Yeah, I don't know how that works. Like, I was
my
just thinking
aunt brought
about
that up to me a few days ago. She was like, "How are those places legal?" Because we went to the one at Cherry Hill that just opened, and she was like, "How is this legal? Like, you guys are selling like Nikes." Like, how is that legal for you to resell? I don't know. It's obviously legal because there's a whole bunch of them. Yeah. But I don't think I'm going to make a sneaker store simply because the sneaker stores be taxing on sneakers. Like, you know what GOAT and StockX are, right? Yeah. So, like, shoes that are on GOAT for, like, $250, I went in the sneaker store and they were, like, $400. And I was like, why are you guys selling, like, double market value? So, I don't want to do that. I think I'm going to just figure out in which way I want to do it because there's definitely legal work to it, like with taxes and stuff. Definitely want to do hair. Like, you see how you have this apartment set up? Like, a studio to do hair.
Where you live?
Not where I live. Not in my house. Not in my house. Okay. I know there's like places you could get like studios like for businesses. Right. So that's probably what I'm gonna do. Like, have a studio for shoes and have a studio for hair and just keep it minimal. Like, keep it. Do you know like what Paradox is? Like the brand? Yes. It's kind of like that. Like, he has his own small studio apartment where he sells he doesn't have a store. Like, you can't come in whenever you want and walk into his store. Right. It's by appointment. He sells stuff online. So that's probably what I want to do. Something small that'll work legally. Because I know a lot of people, like I just saw the other day, a whole bunch of people sell shoes and they think like you could just get away with it. Right. And then the IRS starts to catch up with you. Like, you've been making so much money off sneakers, you think you're not going to pay taxes. So, yeah, my long-term goal, to sum it up, is 2 small studios for my business. Okay. And, yeah, maybe I could, like, teach my mom how to do braids. Like, I don't want to be the only person doing braids, though. But sneakers definitely don't want to part with anybody on that. Like, Why? I don't trust people, and I'm very, like, messy when it comes to stuff. Like, I'm very messy. Like, you know how people, like, if you plan accordingly, I don't plan anything. Which is kind of bad. So bad. I know I've had people, like, a lot of like people who sell shoes on a larger scale, they have a group of people because you only allow 1 sneaker per person. So like, if you don't have a group of people, how are you gonna get a whole bunch of sneakers? But me, I definitely want to do it by myself. Don't want to partner with anybody. Don't trust anybody.
Where do you think your trust issues come from? I'm gonna turn into Dr. Phil for a second.
Where do my trust issues come from?
No. I'm interested, but I'm not that serious, and like I really want you to answer it. But I'm just saying, because like that's just a common thing. I mean,
a lot of people have trust issues. Like, what is that?
Yeah, what's going on? Like, I'm just wondering, like, hearing you talk about like, and I don't know if I'm just stubborn or not. And I can understand where like, obviously, you can understand where trust issues come from, but like, it feels strange how many people have that mentality,
and like for different reasons. Like, like some people would assume like if you come from like a good family, like a well-off family, like what do you have issues for? But people with like come from really well-off families also have their own issues. So I don't know. I think my trust issues come from family, not necessarily saying I don't trust my family, because I do, but you trust certain people for certain stuff. That's how it is with family. Like, at the end of the day, they be looking out for themselves. Right. And definitely relationships. I feel like I started dating entirely too young, even though I started dating like 10th grade.
That's
and that
young?
wasn't even. I think to me that was young. Like
10th grade? Why is that young?
Because I feel like I had no business dating people in hei school.
But I thought you were gonna say 10 years old. I thought you were gonna be like that because you said but
no, 10th grade. I feel like our generation, like we date entirely too young, and then like when that's why people have trust issues. So like boys, for example, like you dated this girl. Like I'm gonna use my friend as an example. He dated this girl. He was in like 8th grade and she was in like 10th. Like she was in high school already, had no business dating an 8th grader, and then like come around, like people were like, oh, you're cool, you're dating another girl, and then this video came around of her like doing stuff with somebody else, and since then he's never trusted anybody. And I'm like, you see, we had no business dating at that age.
Yeah, that's bad.
And that's why like
that's a bad joint.
Yes, like
as
literally.
They say.
So we
that's crazy.
feel like I started dating entirely too young, and that's why I already have trust issues. Like, I'm only 19. Why do I have so many issues?
Yeah,
like,
that's... Okay, I think that's true. I guess I never thought about it that way. But I guess... yeah, just dating, I guess. When you're too... I guess, yeah, I think you're right. But maybe not dating, but like any serious relationship should not happen before you're 18.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. But the problem is some people can't not do serious. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like some people they struggle like not taking it serious, right? Like they can't just be loose with it. We're like, oh, I'm gonna talk to these.
A lot of people are like that too.
Yeah, I'm definitely like that.
Yeah, I know I'm like that.
I mean, I've struggled with that. I don't know if we talked about this last time, but just like, oh yeah, I think I did with the girl. Yeah. Right? They posted the thing on her story. That kind of shit told me, I was like, oh yeah, I can't do this. You know what I mean? I can't do this. I could only do it if I just never find out about it. Like, I'm a very out of sight, out of mind. If I don't see it... So am I.
As long as I don't see it, like, please don't tell me about it.
Yeah, don't tell me. What the fuck would you tell me? Listen, I'm so good with out of sight, out of mind. Like, if I don't see it enough, if I don't know it. But then, again, you know, people are very hard at... They're very... they don't know how to hide shit either. Yeah. So they're like... They're just sloppy, but whatever. I'm not talking about cheating necessarily. Right. It sounds like I'm saying, listen, cheat if you want, as long as I don't know. It's not necessarily what I'm saying. I'm just saying, because you can always tell, right? Especially with women. I feel like, tell me if this statement is true or not, or what do you think about it? I feel like you can tell by the way like a woman is acting if she's cheating or not. Can a woman cheat and just act like nothing's happening?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Like, I've never cheated. I don't think I know any other female who's, like, cheated. But...
Really?
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't have a lot of female friends, so maybe that's why. But I don't think a female can cheat and not notice when she's cheating. Because what I've heard from men is you can tell when a girl is done with you. Of course. Like, they always say, like, girls are done in their head before they're physically done. Yeah, so it's I feel like you could definitely tell when a girl's cheating on you.
Right. And that's what's funny. Is like sometimes you can't tell when a guy's cheating.
Yeah, guys,
isn't it crazy?
Really better at hiding the fact that they're
very
cheating.
Good.
Because not to be put anybody on the spot or put anybody on blast, but there's a lot of people that like on social media or like not even just on social media, is in person seem to be really in love with somebody. And they're cheating.
Oh like, my god! Like what?
Really cheating?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yes, like really cheating. Like it's not even just like texting other people. Like they actually have like whole other relationships. Like,
De'Ara and Ken.
Oh my god, it's a perfect example.
Yo, when I'm really upset that
they posted that picture the other. Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw that they're like seemingly back to normal. But I was talking. I was the one that told my sister that. And she was so like shook. She like hung up on me. Yeah, I was like trying
that was me. Like I was like this. No, I know he has a twin brother. I was like that has to be his twin. Like
yeah, I called my sister. I'm like, yo, Carmen, did you know that? Like, guess what? And she was like, what? It was like Ken cheated on De'Ara, and she was like.
But this is not the first time. Do you remember like a few years ago, like they had an issue with that?
Nah, I know. This was the most known though.
They had a YouTube video on the other one, but like people said it was a lie. Like basically, like Ken was like emailing this girl, and the girl came out and was like, "Oh, Ken tried to like get me to meet up with him." Da da da. And
I guess that isn't as bad as. They
debunked it. I guess that it may have been, but I was like, at the end of the day, he was still like talking to her while you weren't there.
That's true. And was trying to meet up, but did they say why they were trying to meet up?
No. He was just like, Ken's excuse was, oh, she just DM'd me saying she needed advice, so I was just trying to give her advice, and I was like,
by meeting up.
Out of all of the DMs that you get, like,
that's a crazy.
You respond to this one and want to meet up.
That's a bad excuse.
Yeah, I was like, and they like leaked the girl's number, so the girl just like deleted everything off social media.
Yeah,
like,
bad. That's bad. But that's a crazy excuse. Listen, I just wanted to give her advice in person.
Right,
You know?
like what?
I couldn't write her a message, giving her advice.
Right,
I had to meet
guess
up.
not. They had to meet up.
Yeah. But yeah, when that happened, you know what? I found that situation with Diarra, recently with the Diarra and Ken thing, I found that really funny because I've always held the belief that you can't trust anything you see in social media, especially love. Love on social media cannot be trusted. It's literally handpicked. It's exactly what they want you to see.
Be fake. I don't know if they're fake, but I know that a lot of YouTube couples like. I'm like, there's no way y'all are actually together. Like, I've been seeing stuff on Twitter and people really on YouTube really just have babies to keep the content coming. I feel like some of y'all don't really want babies. Y'all just need content for y'all YouTube channel.
That's psychopathic.
Literally,
that's like some
you
psychopath
need help,
shit.
Seek help.
You want attention that bad that you create a life. That's crazy. I mean, that's a whole other level. I hope they at least like each other. You know what I mean? Maybe you don't have to be in love, but I hope at least
like each other or something.
Yeah.
Or would you still be like this if YouTube wasn't a thing?
Probably not. But I can never listen. That's funny. We were talking on our way here. We were talking about because you recently deleted your Instagram.
Yeah.
And we were just talking about how you kind of it just got too toxic. I think.
Yeah. And Instagram is one of those apps.
Oh yeah.
Instagram is definitely. I feel like Instagram is the #1 toxic app.
I mean, the Shade Room is one of the most popular Instagram pages in the app. You know what I mean? Like, if that's how you know Instagram is toxic. I hate the
Shade Room. They're so annoying. Like, they just start drama. Like, I feel like a lot of people on social media would not have drama if these blogs didn't make them have drama. Like, perfect example was the Cardi and Nicki when they fought, and then it turned out that the tweet that Nicki liked was a fake tweet. Like, it was she didn't actually like that. It was photoshopped. And I was like, so y'all made Cardi swing on Nicki over a tweet that never existed.
Yeah.
Like, now these people have real beef because social media. And the Shade Room was the one to blame because they were the ones who reposted the image and were like, oh, look at this tweet that Nicki liked talking about Cardi's baby. Like,
yeah, they definitely start shit.
They start a whole bunch of drama. Like, they need, I don't know. I just hope they get paid well enough. Like, I hope they get paid a whole bunch of money because they be starting so much.
Yeah, but yeah, definitely social media. But that's why, like, I recently stopped. Like, I've been making an active effort as to, like, not use Instagram or Twitter that often. Like, if I do, it would be like the same as you with like your business or like whatever you're doing, like with my podcast or whatever. That's what I will focus on. But in my personal pages, like I've been trying to look less because it could just be. It's just. I never like it. It's like, it's weird. Like, I get on, like, Twitter and Instagram, and, like, I scroll down, and somebody retweets something. What the fuck is this stupid shit that I'm reading right now? And then I get mad, and I'm like...
And then you close the app.
Yeah, and then I'm like, but maybe I keep going to it, like, just keep scrolling, and then I see more stupid shit, and it's, like, stupid shit after stupid shit.
That's
how
I was on Instagram. Like, Instagram's literally, like, people be posting... I mean, I know I'm not one to talk, because I post a lot of shit, but people be posting dumber shit on their stories.
But you don't... Like, what do you post? I mean...
I just repost a lot of quotes. I feel like that's all I post. Myself and quotes and videos. But
no, but I'm just it's just social media. Like with social media, you can see like stupid people post shit, and they think they're saying like the smartest shit ever. And you read it, I'm like, this makes absolutely no sense. What the fuck am I reading? Not only that, but like it's shit that it's like I'm tired of seeing. Yeah. Like, you ever see those tweets that pop up every 3 weeks?
Yeah,
the same tweets.
People keep I feel like they just copy and paste it.
They do.
Like, that's it.
Yeah, and every 3 weeks you see it. I'm like,
and it's viral. Like, do you guys just need a tweet to make y'all viral? Like,
every 3 weeks it goes viral. The same shit. Like the I don't know. And then when people try to get like like deep, like here's one of the things I hate the most about social media is that Justin LeBoy. You know that motherfucker? I
follow him. He needs a job. Well, maybe Instagram is his job.
He's definitely getting paid on that shit. But
First of all, I want to know who was behind that page.
I think they exposed it. Did you not see that?
No.
I saw somebody posted an image of who the guy was. It was like this chubby, like nerd looking guy, like this black guy who was running.
He be stealing stuff from Twitter. Can we talk about it? Like, most of the stuff that he posts, like I saw it on Twitter 2 days ago. Sir.
Exactly. And here's the thing that I hate. And I just hate this just in general with anybody. It's just being manipulative. Like the things that he does. It's so obvious what he does. Like, to me, I see him like, oh, he's clearly trying to appeal to women.
Yeah.
And those are the ones that share.
He's like one of those sellouts. Like, you know how like Tyler Perry always makes men look like trash in his movies? That's what Justin LeBoy does.
Yeah, I hate that shit. It's like, and here's the worst part. You know how you post in the image on Instagram?
Yeah.
It's just like the text,
Yeah.
like the black text, and then under it. The worst part is like in the caption
captions are
of the
always
image.
bad, yeah.
The caption is like he's acting as if he didn't write
Yeah.
what's in the image. Like, have you noticed that?
Yes.
He's like, because I know he's writing it.
Yes.
Like it will be some like it'll be from a woman's perspective. It will be something like, oh, I hate when guys do this or that, whatever, right? And then under it, he acts as if he didn't write it. He's like, women, is this true?
Yes, and then he'll put all these emojis, like, or he'll be like, "What's wrong, stink?" I'll be like, "Oh my god, who is this?" And the crazy part is, a lot of famous people follow him because Meek Mill is always in his comments.
Oh my god!
Like, I'll be like, "Yeah, I don't know."
Bro, that just made me so.
I just love. I think it was one time like there was like a club, like he was hosting at a club, and I was like, who is this guy? Like, why would you guys go see somebody who reposts?
You know, he made
tweets?
music. He made a song.
He makes music.
I think. Well, he made a song called "Respectfully." Actually,
Did
I'm
he
gonna play
start
that
that
shit right
respectfully thing?
Yes, he did. So that's
all right,
one
I'm gonna
thing.
give him that credit because
I give him
respectfully,
credit,
I say it all the time.
But he kind of ran off with it, and now
Yeah.
that's how he
Now
got
we
his
use
start.
it for everything.
Now he does it for, and it doesn't even make sense. Let me actually look up. I'm gonna look up the song "Respectfully," and we're gonna hear it. I don't care if this fucking video gets copyright claimed. I don't care. I want to see if this song is fucking as bad as I think it is. I just saw it on Spotify on like the new releases.
Why does he have music?
I was like,
see, he's trying to build a career for himself. Now all of a sudden he wants to be a rapper.
bro, I don't know what he's doing. Let me hear this shit, because I there's no way this song is good. There's no way. I don't think this song's gonna be good at all.
It's called Respectfully.
Yeah.
Big Just. If you don't know
Big
me,
Just.
living on the rock.
Who the
I
fuck
talk
calls
heavy,
him that?
cause that's really how I'm living.
I need to hear this.
Life is good, nigga. Take care of your family.
He sounds so corny.
God is the greatest.
Who made this beat for this man?
I don't know. The beat is.
Now I know you a hoe and you know that I'm the nigga, so you wanna get next to me.
Oh,
Just
hell
do it
no.
respectfully.
Yeah, no fucking way.
Respectfully.
Yeah, no fucking way. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. But that's the thing that I see him like. It's like it's just corny. You know what I mean? And that's the thing about social media.
He running off of Respectfully too much. People gonna start get that tattooed on them.
Oh,
Respectfully.
man. No, they are. They oh, for sure. Like, I mean, yeah, listen, props to him. He made a catchphrase everybody's using, because it's
Right.
like, it's like petty. It's like, oh, respectfully, and then just
Right.
say the most disrespectful shit possible. It's funny. You know what I mean? Like, I give him that, but it's like, people take it too far.
Yeah.
That's what social media, because obviously he became popular with the respectfully shit.
Yeah.
And now he's trying to keep that up. Like, he doesn't want to let go of that, viral moment that he had. So now he's trying, like, doing the,
He's trying
putting
to
out a
drop
song,
music, like-
put out a song called "Respectfully."
You
It's
about
just
to
like
you about to make a YouTube channel, a family channel.
all that shit. And oh man, and I want to talk about this too. The other reason why I stopped using social media, though, it's like, or why I'm trying not to use it as much as I did, it's because back to the nothing is real on social media.
No.
Nothing is real. Like, you meet people that post certain shit
Oh
on,
my
on,
God,
on social media.
yes. And they have like no. Do you remember that episode of SpongeBob where like he bit into the Krabby Patty and it was gray?
Yeah.
That's how people are on social media. Like, I don't remember who it was, but I saw something on TikTok of like girls,
Yeah.
like this girl who was like an Instagram model or like an
Yeah.
influencer as they're called. And like she had like no personality in real life. Like
No.
she would just get dressed, take pictures, and she like was a bitch. Like or there was one where like she went to a restaurant and she took a picture and she thought she didn't have to pay because she took a picture of the food, and she was like, well, this is free
that's
promo.
crazy.
Like, I have like 2 million followers, and the restaurant was like, girl, we don't give a fuck about your 2 million
Yeah,
followers.
I need
You need
your
to pay
fucking
for your
money.
meal.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
So I was like, that is terrible. Like,
But just in general, not even celebrities, but like just regular people.
Yeah.
Like the shit people post on social media. And listen, I've had the displeasure of like meeting people who I didn't really know. Like, here's what I'm trying to say. Like, you see certain people on social media post certain shit, and you get this image of them in your head. It's this idea.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, they're like this. Like,
yeah, and they're nothing.
oh,
like
she's
that.
fancy, or he's tough. Or
He's
it's like
bougie. She's
yeah,
like,
exactly.
no.
You meet him, and it's like, who the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Bro, that's why I hate social media. That's why I have, like, talking about trust issues. I have trust
Yes.
issues with fucking social media.
Yes.
Like, I don't trust anything I see on that shit. You know what I mean?
Low key, I'm like that. Not even low key, high key. I'm like that. Like, people
Yeah.
on social media are completely different people than they
Yeah.
are in real life. Like, I've had like guys like, oh, do you want to text? I'm like, Sure.
Yeah.
And they're like boring texters, and they hit you with that I'm better in person. Like, I don't even like how you text. Why would I want to see you in person? Like,
you can even
on
keep
social media, you're like this. Oh, you got all these friends. You this. Like, you're funny. In real life, you're like, who are you?
Can you give me more examples? Because I love hearing this. And you don't have to say names, obviously, but I do love hearing these stories of people who act a certain way on social media and are not that. Can you?
Yes, I have a perfect
give me more
example.
examples. Okay. Thank you.
So there
Love
was this
these.
girl. She probably follows your page or something. I
Okay.
don't know. But anywho,
All right.
she
I
doesn't
want you
really
to tell
like
me
me.
after
Yeah,
we're
gonna
done.
tell you
You
after.
tell me.
So she had this boyfriend or whatever, and me and her boyfriend. I didn't know it was her boyfriend. Let's talk about that. Didn't know it was her boyfriend because I didn't know her.
Right.
Because she was like really quiet, and quiet people like tend to like. Now I don't want to say become background characters, but you don't notice them because they're so quiet. So she had this boyfriend. Me and her boyfriend were friends. Her boyfriend had posted this picture or whatever because we were friends, and he was like, "Oh, show love to my pic." I was like, "Okay, I'm show love to your pic. Like you're my friend. I'll comment on your pic."
hard eyes.
Yeah, so I comment some hard eyes or whatever. Like that's
Well, you
all
did?
I did. Yeah, I did. I commented
I just guessed.
But this
Okay.
crazy. He told me to. He didn't just say show love on my pic. He said, "I'm gonna post a picture. Can you comment some hard eyes?"
That's corny too.
And I
What?
was like, "You're my friend, so sure."
Okay,
Normally,
sure,
you don't have
I
to
guess,
ask for
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Like, whatever. Commented, Then, like, this girl texted me, like, "Why are you commenting on my man's pics?" I'm like, "Who is your man? Like, who is
you
your
didn't
man?"
know.
Because I didn't know, and he never brought it up. Like, if I'm your friend, you're like, "Oh yeah, I have a girlfriend." Like, that's fine. Like, I didn't care if you had a girlfriend because I didn't see him that way. But just interesting, we had beef. I was like, "Whatever, I'll delete my comment." Even though
beef.
yes, she
You
had
turned into beef
She
after
had
that?
beef with me because I commented that.
Oh, okay.
Right.
okay,
I didn't have beef. I didn't really care.
Right.
So she texted me all this stuff, and then he texted me, and he was like, "Oh, don't listen to nothing that she's saying." I was like, "I don't care." Like, and then she was like, "Delete your comment." First of all, he can delete comments off his page if he didn't want me to comment.
exactly.
But I'll go ahead and delete it.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yes.
That's nice.
Years passed, like literally like 2 years passed.
Yeah.
And I'm like she just comes across on my Explore page, and I'm like, "Oh, they have like couple pictures. Like, I'm glad that they're happy. Like, y'all cute together,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Y'all really in love. Like, must be nice. Wish I had somebody to feel that way about me." Then, like, I catch him, like, run into him, like, on campus or something. And he tries to talk to me. I was like, "What's up? Like, how you been?" I kept it short. Because I saw the other day that he had a girlfriend. So, didn't want to, like, make the beef happen again. So, life goes on. A few days later, he follows my Instagram, which I thought was weird because I thought you were already following me. Yeah, like, whatever.
Well, maybe she made
him unfollow.
That's
That's fine.
guess.
I was like, whatever, because it's not really that deep to me. So then he texts me. He tries to get my number. I was like, "Don't you got a girlfriend?" And he was like, "I don't have a girlfriend." I was like, either way, I still don't want your number. Like, I don't give it to him. So I was talking about it with my friend, and I guess she told somebody who told somebody. Can't tell people shit, obviously. She texted me all this, like, this hefty ass paragraph on Instagram. And I was like, on social media, you're out. Like, first of all, I would just like to say, when I was friends with him, he's told me, like, about other girls that he's been with, which is why I didn't know that he had a girlfriend.
But what do you mean he's about other, like
he told me, like, he's been with other girls. Like, he was telling me about girls that weren't her, which is why I didn't assume that he had a girlfriend.
Okay.
So now I'm adding it up, that means he's cheated. So it's like, first of all, on social media, you make it seem like you're in this happy, loving relationship, and you're just this sweet person, and you're mad at me because he asked me for my number. And I said no, and then told someone about it.
Yeah.
And she was like, "No, because you messing his name up, like, you telling people about him." I'm like, he's not a celebrity. What do you mean I'm messing his name up? Who knows him? Like, who is this guy? Like, you're trying to make it seem like, now, if I came out about, like, The Weeknd and was like, "Oh, The Weeknd, this and this and that," he's a known person. This guy is a nobody. And you're a bitch because she, like, repost quotes about, like, positivity. She had this whole highlight on, like, body positivity, girls loving girls. I'm like, and you're over here DMing me,
you
like,
hating on another
yes,
girl.
hating on me when I literally didn't even do anything. Like, I literally didn't even do nothing. Like, he talked to me in person, and I said, "Oh, hey, how are you doing?" So that's a prime example of these bitches don't be about what they be on social media in real life. Like, you try to make it seem like you're in this loving relationship. One, he cheats on you, not with me, so you have no reason to be mad at me. Two, if you are actually about, like, woman positivity and females loving females, you should understand from my perspective because you saw the messages.
Yeah.
That I wasn't trying to talk to him. He was trying to talk to me.
Yeah.
And then she was like, first of all, he wasn't even trying to talk to you. He just wanted you to
math homework help.
School something.
Yeah,
I was
he wanted to know how to do the math problem.
He's 2 years older than me. He's 2 years older than me. Like, what could I help him in school that he can't help himself? Like, what? It was just a bullshit excuse. We're not friends anymore. And then he texted me.
No. Okay, finish because I got so much stuff to say.
He texted me like after she had texted me.
Yeah.
And his exact words was, "You was any bitch." I was like,
whoa.
I didn't respond. I don't know
crazy. I can't believe you would say that.
Yes, I don't know if Instagram at the time had the part where you could like people's response.
Yeah. Oh.
If it did, I think I just liked it. I just didn't say anything, and I was like, "You're mad at the wrong. Like, why are you mad at me because you tried to cheat on your girlfriend and got caught?"
Well, hold on. There's so much I gotta talk about. But the first thing I want to say is that why does now I understand why you don't have any friends because every story that you say ends with "we're not friends anymore."
Yeah.
That's been like 3 times already in this podcast. And we're not friends anymore. I'm like, wait.
We're not friends anymore.
Every story ends with that. But the other thing, why do women get mad at the other girl or the other woman and not the guy?
I honestly don't understand.
Bro,
I feel like I'm just the CEO of like, you're not in my close friends, but I used to post it all the time in my close friends. I'm like the CEO of like girls texting me about their boyfriends when I literally don't do anything. Like I've had girls text me like, "Oh, can you block my boyfriend?" I don't even follow him back. Like what? Like what do you want me to do about that?
Instead of telling the guy.
Like why don't you just tell him? Like
listen, that's one point towards the city boys. The fact that
that's one for the city boys.
That's one for the city boys.
The fact that
I mean the fact I don't know how the fuck they do it.
But they do it. And they're still together. Yeah. Like, even after all that shit, like, they're still together. And I'm like, I mean, I'm no one to judge nobody's relationship. Man. Like, do you? Love is love. Like, do you? But I'm just saying, it's probably not the smartest idea.
I need to figure out that cheat code. I need to do what it is.
Yeah, I need to know what it is. Because, I don't know. Is it buying female stuff? Is that what it is?
Probably.
Like, are they buying?
Actually, no, that's exactly what it is.
I think it is.
That's what, now that you say it, that's exactly what it is. You better just be
buying you stuff because, yeah, that's got to be it.
It is. Damn.
I don't know. I don't think I would embarrass myself on the internet because most of it is on internet. Like if somebody cheats on you and you guys are a public relationship, like not even a celebrity relationship, like if you're openly going out with this person and everybody knows that and you cheat or like embarrass them, like how can you live with that? Like all of the internet knows now. Yeah,
well, I got a question. That's funny that you bring that up because I thought of this question like about a week ago and I asked my sister what she thought. I want to know what you think. What would you rather? Would you rather, let's say your boyfriend, let me make it, whatever. Doesn't matter how long. Just your boyfriend. It's a serious relationship. Would you rather him cheat on you and nobody knows? Or, yeah. Would you rather, okay, I remember. Would you rather him cheat on you and nobody ever finds out except you, him, and the girl that he cheated on with? Or would you rather 10 girls come out and say that he tried to cheat on you with them and they all rejected him? And now that's public. So he didn't cheat on you, but he tried. What's worse?
That's a really good question.
I know, right? When I thought of that.
So he wants to cheat, but he can't.
And gets exposed for it.
Right.
And you get him, and you're like, and now it falls on you because he's cheating on you. Or he does actually cheat on you, but nobody finds out besides you and the other girl.
I think I would rather him cheat on me.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Because it's like, this is what I always say to people. And this goes if you're a cheater, if you're a hoe, whatever you are. How you gonna cheat and then cheat wrong? Or cheat and you can't even cheat right? How you want to cheat on me and you can't even cheat on me?
That's the worst.
That's fucking embarrassing. That's really embarrassing.
That's very embarrassing.
Like, so your dude wants to cheat on you, but nobody gonna let him. Like, nobody wants him. Like, that's embarrassing because nobody wants your man.
And then that's embarrassing on you.
Yeah, it's embarrassing for you because, like, why you want him? Like, nobody else wants him.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just feel like all the way around, there's so many things wrong with that. Like, I would rather be cheated on and nobody knows. I wouldn't stay with them, but I'd rather definitely be cheated on then. Because it's like, girls are going to laugh at me. Like, the whole world going to laugh at me. Like, your nigga wants to cheat on you. He can't even cheat.
So that lets me know that cheating thing is more about being embarrassed, than it is them doing whatever. Because I feel like if Lil Baby was cheating on Jada with everybody and nobody ever found out, actually, that's probably why I think there have been rumors about that for a long time.
Yeah, of him
I
cheating.
think Lil Baby pretty much said that she lets me cheat or some shit like that
I
a
think
long time ago.
I think one time, Lil Baby one time said he's never been in love. Like he literally went on the radio and was like, I've never been in love. Like I've never, like I may love somebody, but I'm not in love with them. And I'm like, if that was my man on the radio in Atlanta saying he's never been in love and we have a child, like what the fuck do you mean?
Bro, you're in a relationship.
And I don't think I think they came out that the only person Jada's been with other than Lil Baby was like, what's his name? The rapper, he's in jail. Kodak
Black.
Yeah,
okay.
she was
All
with
right.
Kodak, but like way before. He's been in jail a few times, but like way before he was popping. So I'm like, she's only ever been with Lil Baby, and
That's
he's talking about
crazy.
some. I've never been in love. Like, mind you, he had another baby mom before her. Like he has another child, and he's still never been in love. Like
that's hilarious. To say that while you're in a relationship
that's
is the funniest
That's
shit
literally so embarrassing
I've ever heard in my life. I've never been in
and
love.
she really loves him though. Like you can tell, like she really loves
that's
that
sad, man. What's going on there? Why the fuck is she still with him?
I don't understand what it is. Like
I think I know what it is. I think it's it has to be some sort of self-esteem issue because if it's what you're saying that she's only really been with Baby, women, listen, that's a thing that I've noticed with certain women. Like once they've been with somebody for a long time and they haven't really been with anybody else, they're scared to leave them because they don't know what's gonna happen.
Exactly.
Like they feel comfortable being in that position.
Yep, I have that issue in my family, and that's what my aunt blast. I know she's not gonna watch this, but and I have a lot of aunts. Like you don't know what I'm talking about, but I have this aunt, and my uncle cheats on her. Like cheats on her. He's had a kid on her. And she won't leave him. But the thing is, like, she's been with him. Like, that's her first ever boyfriend ever in her whole life. So I'm like, I guess she's scared to leave him. But I'm like, he had a whole child on you. Like, why do you want to be with him?
It's definitely that comfort. They don't want to get if you've
scared
known
to
somebody for that
else.
long, exactly. If you kind of know that person, you just don't even want to take the risk of wanting. Because I mean, that is the thing. Now that you're single, you probably can see it's like a struggle out here in these streets. It's a struggle in these streets.
It is.
So I can low-key kind of understand when somebody would be like, listen,
I see why you do it, but I wouldn't do it.
No. Same, but that's crazy. But that's also like a Dominican culture thing, by the way. Man cheating is just what it is.
Yeah, and women not leaving.
Maybe I need a Dominican girlfriend.
So she won't leave you?
Yeah, so I can just cheat.
Maybe that's
freely.
Me, I don't think I would have a Dominican boyfriend, but
right. Because that's the thing, Dominican. Yeah, why is that? That's crazy. But I mean, I guess it's just a culture thing. You know what I mean?
I don't know why. Like we need to change the culture. Like we need to break this generational curse.
That's true.
Because that's crazy. Like, and then your kids see it too. I feel like that's another thing. Like with my cousins, they're not old enough to understand. But like they don't even know that they have a sibling that my uncle had out of wedlock. Mind you, they're married. It's not even like they're together. Like they're married by the church. So it's like they don't even. And the other day, y'all know me, I'm messy. But the other day, me and my older cousin were like talking, and he goes, "Damn, I wish I had a sister." And I go,
"You do."
He do. Like me and my cousin look at each other. We're like, "He do. Yeah, he do have a sister. He just don't know." We were just laughing. Like we would say it in English because he doesn't speak any English. He's like 6 or something. But I was just like, that's fucking crazy. He definitely has a sister, doesn't know about it. And it's like one day he's going to grow up and find out that he had a sister. And none of that shit is going to make sense to him. Or it's going to take a toll on him. Like, he had a sister all these years. Like, he's living good in his U.S. and his little sister's living in poverty in D.R. because my uncle's a piece of shit, so.
Yeah. Fuck that uncle.
Yeah.
That's funny. I'm glad, we didn't say names, so it doesn't matter, but. But that's crazy. No, but that is crazy. I mean, it is literally a Dominican man culture thing. And you just gonna get taught, and that's what it is.
You know what's crazy? My mom tried to teach me that one time. Like, I remember a few years ago, she was like, these were her exact words. If a man cheats on you in your face, he doesn't love you. But if he hides it, he loves you because he doesn't want you to be embarrassed. Exactly. I was like, why the fuck would you teach your daughter that? Like, this is not something I would teach anybody. Like,
that's
they
hilarious.
cheat on you in private, they love you, but if they cheat on you in public, they don't love you. Like,
I guess that's just what it is. At least over there. The only reason I don't have that is because, like, because usually it will be like your dad that will teach you all that shit. And my dad, he was like a workaholic, so he was always working. So most of the time, like, I would just hang out with my grandma, my sister, and my girl cousins. So I was literally always surrounded by women. That's the only reason I'm not wired that way. It's like
because you were surrounded by
because
women.
no real man were like, oh, you need to listen. You need to get
I
your
used to mess with
girlfriend.
this Dominican guy, and it was kind of like that too. Like
Really?
he was just
Okay.
always around women.
Yeah.
I was like, that's low-key a good thing.
That's
like,
way better.
Yes, like way better than being around a whole bunch of Dominican men and just bad influences.
Right, and just men in general. I'd much rather hang out with women than men.
Yes.
Why would any guy choose to? Well, I know that's a thing. Guys, they're guy friends. They're bros.
Right.
Gotta hang out with the bros.
I'm not a fan of.
What did
anybody's
Future
bros.
say? What the fuck did Future say? Is like
Future always says something dumb.
he
I'm
said
not
some
saying
wild shit. He
different.
was like, I love my bros, but I don't love my bitch, or some shit like that.
Sounds like something he would say.
It's exactly something he would say. I don't love my bitch, but I love my bros. I'm like, all right. I guess it's good having guy friends, but it's like,
No,
back to
I feel
trust
like
issues.
you need to have a balance of, as a guy, you need to have a balance of male and female friends because,
yeah,
like, I've been with a guy who he only listened to his male friends, and I was like, sometimes your male friends are not really your friends.
right.
Just saying, like, sometimes your male friends really don't be your friends. They just be around.
They be trying to fuck your girl.
Yes, and be trying to leech off you. Like, the guy who I used to be with, he would always listen to his friends.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I think I told you, like, people would, like, send him my tweets because he doesn't have a Twitter. And he
I
would
didn't
somehow
know.
come
You didn't
across
tell
my
me that.
tweets. And I'd be like, you don't even use Twitter. Like, so I'm like, so one of your friends is sending you my, because nobody knows that we used to mess with each other.
Right.
Except for your friends, because I barely have any friends. So they're trying to send you my tweets.
They're trying to end it so they can
yeah,
fuck her.
I actually had like one time like he texted me when we first started talking. He was like, "Oh, why didn't you tell me you used to talk to such and such?"
Yeah.
Which is one of his friends. I was like, "We didn't used to talk. I can show you the DMs." Like he like commented like a laughing emoji on something I posted, and we talked. It was like 2 messages. We interchanged like 2 messages, and he's telling you he used to talk to me. Like
Yeah.
I don't even know his real name. I just know his Instagram
Yeah,
name.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
prime example of your guy friends really don't even be your guy friends.
Yo, but
like,
I have a question about that. I don't know who's better off in this scenario, or what's worse, or if I'm right or if they're right. But like, I never understood the lying in general, but just like when guys do that, because a lot of guys do that. It was like,
Yeah.
oh, I used to talk to her,
and they
but it's
didn't
clearly a
talk to her.
lie.
Yes.
That didn't happen. Easily provable. You can show the
Yes,
screenshots.
like we didn't.
But they say it, so I don't know. I don't
I
know
just
if
feel
I'm
like-
weird because I overthink and I know something like that, or maybe it's just because my anxiety. Because I feel like that's obvious. If I lie, I just feel like it's gonna come
Yeah.
out some way, shape, or
And
form.
it's embarrassing to you.
Or-
Like,
or-
if you say you
yeah.
used to talk to somebody and you didn't used to talk to them.
That's
like,
what-
now you
that's-
look like a clown.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I think.
That's
It's like,
and I feel like that's only a thing that guys, well, girls do it too. Never mind.
Well,
Girls do
just-
it too.
I want to know how women do it, but like even just like when guys send dick pics, that's another thing that kind of confuses me. Like unsolicited.
Yes, I
when-
had that happen to me not too long ago.
Yeah,
That's weird. Like if
that's
I
how you know.
like,
Listen, by the way, that's how you know you're let me say this, and I don't want this to sound misogynistic, but you're one of the hottest free agents.
I'm dead.
You know what I'm saying? I can tell. Listen, and I wanted to talk to you about that too, but let me not get ahead of myself. That's one of the things I do want to talk about. Like just when you start doing shit, just in general, like really doing shit for yourself, more people come to you.
Oh my god, how did you know? That's some real shit, y'all.
I just know. I can
when
tell.
you literally like.
Well, hold on, no. I want
Right.
to talk about that in a second, but I was gonna say the dick pic thing. That's what I don't get though. Like I don't understand
what possesses you to do that. Like why do you think that's okay?
And I don't understand how you can send a dick pic because it's like, how do you know she's not gonna
Right,
post it
how
on
do you-
social media? How do you know she's not gonna be like, yo, look what this motherfucker
But
sent
how do you know I'm
me?
not standing next to my mom? Like what
Well,
is your
all of that.
problem? Like
well, yeah, that's definitely.
I don't understand why people send unsolicited dick pics. Just
That's
think
crazy
about it.
to
Like,
me.
if I'm in public, would you just walk up to me and flash me? Like,
Pull your
that's
dick
not
out.
okay.
Right.
Like, I had a friend. Like, we were like friends. Well, we're still like, I don't know. Well, we didn't never talked in high school. Somebody I went to high school. We never talked in high school.
Now it's a
but we
little
had mutual
fractured after the
friends.
dick pic, but yeah.
Yeah, like, and we were like cool. Like, we were like, I'm never on Snapchat.
Yeah,
So I'm not
yeah.
gonna lie. I used to
Yeah,
snap
yeah.
back like 2 days later, but like
Yeah.
I told her I'm never on Snapchat. So
Right.
like I don't use that app anymore. But I'd be bored at home, and I'm like, yeah, I would just be on Snapchat. We was just talking about random shit. And then one day he was like out at the club or something. I'm like, oh my god, you're always at the club, because he was always at the club. Like, what are you, Corona? Like, why do you want to be at the club?
Yeah.
So it's like, you're always at the club, and I fell asleep. I wake up the next morning, I'm like, just on my phone, and there's like a dick pic, and I'm like,
yeah.
and then afterwards, it's like a snap of like the ceiling. It's like, what are you doing? What is wrong with people? I'm telling you, it's literally the weirdest thing ever. Like,
Oh,
and then I didn't
man.
respond. And then 2 days later, he snapped me. He was like, "Hey," I was like, "Are we not gonna address?"
Yeah, yeah,
that?
yeah.
You
No,
just
they're
gonna
not.
keep it moving.
Yeah, fuck no. He's not
Yeah,
gonna
and then we
address
just kept it moving. Just I was like, I mean, I'm never gonna ever see you in person. We just be bored on Snapchat, but like,
Sure.
we just never gonna talk about that.
But the other thing I don't get is that. So was that the only dick pic you've ever gotten, or like, okay, how was a dick? And by that I mean I was just like, because I always find that fascinating too. That like, there's guys who probably have like a little dick
with big dick energy. That's exactly what it was. Like, I wouldn't say his dick was little, but it was like,
which is okay.
Yeah, I was just like, okay, how do I explain it? Like, I feel like you gotta be really confident in yourself to send somebody a dick pic without asking, and this is just not what I was expecting. Like, it's not giving what it's supposed to give.
But the dick, I'm talking about the dick itself, because if a guy has like a fucking 10-inch dick, I could see why you would want to send that shit to women.
I'd still be like, ew, like, why would you send me
right, but you would look at it like,
I'd be like,
that's pretty
yeah,
big.
that's a big dick.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
It was like, it wasn't a big dick. It was like, I would say average.
Fine. Yeah,
like, if the
fine.
average line is right here, it was like right on average. I'd be like, I guess, like, you have way too much confidence in yourself.
Right.
To be sending this dick around, like,
yeah, this is not the dick that you send.
Yeah,
to
unsolicited to people, like this. Yeah, like this is not impressive.
Yeah,
like,
it's not an impressive.
It's like
dick.
driving like a Honda. Like, okay, like I'm not saying anything about Hondas, but like I drive a Honda, but it's like
no, it's just average.
You're just flexing
yeah.
with this, like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I never got that, and it always. I just never understood it, because it's like, how do you know it's not going to be out on the internet? And then I asked women,
screenshot it and put it on the internet,
right?
Like,
but then I also wonder, maybe they know that most women won't do that. Why won't women do that?
That's a great point, because I would never unsolicited send a guy a nude. I wouldn't send a guy a nude anyways, because I'd be scared that like they would post it.
But why don't women post more dick pics that they
That's
get?
a great point. I feel like if we did that, people.
What would happen?
I don't feel like guys would care. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't feel like
you don't think that would stop
care.
them at all?
Yeah.
And I don't mean expose them necessarily, but just maybe, I don't know, something like, yo, look at this.
Like, I had guy friends used to send me girls nudes, like the girls they talk to. I'm like, I feel really bad as a female. You're sending me her nudes.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like. I don't know. I don't feel like guys would care.
That's crazy.
If we talk shit about them or their dicks, like they'd be like, okay, and I'll do it again. Like,
yeah. So that's where I'm like, I don't know if I'm wrong or they're wrong, or who's right here.
Right.
Maybe in the middle. Maybe there's like a middle ground where like, you know when to send it.
Right. I guess.
I don't know, but I just find that fascinating. But whenever you're doing yourself, more people gravitate to you. When did you? I kind of knew that. Listen, hold on. Here's how the things started happening that I knew. Okay, more guys are probably trying to talk to her. I don't know if you ever posted that you were single or not. Did you ever even say? You never really said it.
No, I don't usually say when I'm single. I feel like that's like, maybe when I was younger, I used to do stuff like that. I'm single, but now it's like, if I say I'm single, y'all gonna think that's a green light, and that's not a green light for y'all to try to talk to me.
That's true, but I think you gave single energy somehow.
Probably did, yeah.
I think you did. I don't know how. I can't explain it, but it just felt that way.
Yeah.
And then you started doing, posting more about your business and your shoe business, and then the other business, posting more about it.
Yeah.
And, seemingly you're really busy now. You're doing a lot of shit. Like, you're trying to, you're being an entrepreneur. Like, I bet you that's where it really is up, right?
Like, I'm not trying to be like a bougie bitch. Like, I have had guys like try to talk to me before, but definitely see an increase in like your replies. Like, even in like, so I changed my Instagram to like a business Instagram, like my personal one, so you could like see when people send your stuff.
Right.
Like, I delete my Instagram so I can't show you, but like people would like send my stuff. Like, you get to see like the shares, and I'm like, who the fuck is sharing my stuff? Like, y'all be sharing the wrong shit. Y'all need to share when I post sneakers. Y'all sharing pictures of me.
Share the business.
And then and then I got like one time, I think I posted about it one time. Like, I had a picture with like a white shirt and some fire red forest, and that picture got like 50 shares. Like, and I could see, I'm like, who the fuck is sharing? Like, the only people who repost my stuff are like my cousins. Like, people don't repost stuff. And then I literally went from 800 followers. I know this is not a lot, but I went from 800 followers to 1,000 followers in like 4 or 5 days. Yeah. And I was like, that's weird. Like, why are people following me? And then like your DMs come up, and I feel like, not to be mean, but niggas be fishing. You know how like females, like if you're a rapper, like the females come to you. It's like that with men too. Like, I literally so my friend tried to put me onto somebody, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna text them just so I don't make you look bad. Like, but okay, and then 3 minutes into the conversation, so I heard you a shoe plug. That's always how it goes. Men are like, oh, you got any shoes this size? Like, you know what shoes I have. You trying to be my friend, so I can give you some shoes for the low. Like, that's literally always how it goes. Like, now, like, guys are like, so I heard you a shoe plug. You heard, but you don't follow my sneaker page, though. So, definitely when you start doing yourself, guys, or like a new way of people sliding into DMs is, this is everybody's favorite. I like your hustle. That's always how it goes. I like your hustle. Like,
but I don't think they're lying. Yeah, they do.
I understand that, but it's a matter of like.
And that's what I'm saying. Where that you know, that brings, like, there's this gravity around you where, like, people notice that. You know what I mean? Like, people just notice that.
I feel like it also has something to do with the industry you're in. Like, I feel like since I sell sneakers.
Right. Oh, right. It is a male dominated.
Yeah, since dudes. I need to add you to my close friends when I get back on Instagram. I had like, so you can sell like the sneaker consignment stores. You can sell your shoes to them if you want to. I try not to because they always try to lowball me and like give me way under what it's worth. Yeah. But I like DM this sneaker store like, oh, like, because I didn't want to drive up there to know the price when I could just tell you on DMs and you could just tell me. And then the guy was like, you sell shoes? Because I DM'd him on my personal Instagram. And I was like, yeah. And he was like, oh, all right, I'm trying to get to know more people that sell shoes. He was like, oh, like we could partner. I could put you on. And I was like, okay, I'll let you know because I don't want your help. Because then people hit you with the, oh, I made you, da-da-da. Yeah, right. So I just avoid that. And then he was like, oh, can I have your number? I was like, I don't really give people my number, da-da-da. And then just at one point, we were like talking about something. He was like, you can invest in sneakers, like stocks, because the price goes up and down. So he was like, would you like to invest? Like, what are you interested in? Just selling shoes or investing? And mid me texting, he's like, you trying to fuck? And then he unsent the message. But I had already screenshot it. And I was like, people are weird. I reposted it in my close friends, and I was like, so don't fuck with this sneaker store because it's giving very pervy vibes. Because the owner's like 40. Like, what are you doing trying to buy something? You trying to fuck? Like, I'm trying to talk about business. And you're trying to talk about this. So I feel like it also has to do with the industry that you're in. Like,
I hate social media.
I literally hate social media.
Here's why. I mean, that's just another reason. Unsending messages.
Instagram should have never made that a thing.
No. Like, no, but did you see the new thing that they have now?
The vanish. I haven't tried it, but I definitely see it.
That's going to be some wild shit happening. As soon as people figure out how it works, because I bet you a lot of people don't even know what the fuck it does or how it works.
I know, I heard that if you screenshot it, tells people, but like, so there's Snapchat. And people
so it's like a Snapchat thing. And so like, yeah, it's like a fucking video game. You scroll up, you're in vanish mode. It's like, this is fucking mysterious shit. And then whatever you send, you know, then you send it and then they see it and then it disappears, right? So it's like, yeah, like Snapchat.
Wait, so if you put me in vanish mode, would I know that you put me in vanish mode?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you would know, but you will read it, and I don't know if it gives you like a timer or something, like 5 seconds to read the text or whatever was sent, and then it disappears. So it's like Snapchat, but with like words. Right. Well, no, actually, that was the whole thing. Yeah, it'd be
like Snap, because at one point Snapchat didn't have text messages, I don't think. So it was just pictures.
Right, when you send it, yeah, and
then it would disappear.
You had to save the, but if you were like texting people, you had to save the messages. That was the worst.
They started that like not too long, because I think when I first started Snapchat, I didn't have that.
Oh, interesting. But that vanish mode. Listen, if you think unsending shit was wild,
wait until people start really using vanish mode.
They don't know. People don't really know about vanish. Just wait until that happens. But listen, unsending messages, I've talked about this like at least 10 times on this fucking podcast. Worst thing that Instagram could have ever done.
I feel like you should be embarrassed to unsend messages. Yes. Like, 9 times out of 10, they already saw it.
Yes.
Like,
people think that, but that's the thing. People, and this is the fault why I hate social media. People really think they can go back in time. They think that 40-year-old fucking creep thought he could send it.
I just didn't respond to that. I literally just didn't respond.
He sends it, yo, I'm trying to fuck, or are you trying to fuck, right? And then deleted the message, and now he thinks it never happened.
I have it screenshot and I posted it on my like I could literally like ruin his career if I wanted to, like post it on my sneaker page and be like, this guy's a fucking creep. Yeah, but I didn't.
Right, but it's just like people really think they can go back in time or like it didn't happen.
It didn't happen. Like,
they think it's that on the messages, like it didn't happen. It's like, no, I took a screenshot. It happened. You know what I mean? You can't evade that.
See, I knew to be quick. I knew to screenshot. I was like, I'm gonna laugh about this on my close friends there, and then he unsent it, and I was like, thank God that I screenshot it. Like,
yeah. People are fucking
trying to
crazy.
Be crafty.
Guys are fucking crazy.
I know.
Fuck. What were we talking about before? No, like when you attract guys, I like your hustle. A lot of guys come to you.
Yeah, that definitely is. I feel like leeching. The same way that females leech off of like men having money, I feel like it's leeching because I feel like the guys who tell me I like your hustle, from what I can see, you don't have shit going for yourself.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, you like my hustle. Thank you. You should like draw inspiration and do something for yourself. Like
yeah.
Like, oh, I like your hustle. Okay, but you're not doing anything. Like, I mean, I guess thank you for the compliment.
Yeah,
but
it's a nice compliment.
It's a nice compliment, but it's like, I don't remember who it was that said it. I think it might have been like Future Lil Baby, or maybe it was Lil Wayne that was like, I'm not fucking bitches unless they have 100,000. Because you really need to like, if you don't have shit going for yourself, why would I want to be with you? It's like,
yeah, exactly.
And I'm not saying you have to be an entrepreneur. Like,
you just have to want to do
like, you
something.
can have a job, like standing on a corner. I think I tweeted about that the other day. You don't see a life beyond like what you're doing now or a corner. It's just not going to work out. Like, you need to actually have something for yourself. Like, I'm not saying you have to be an entrepreneur. Like, I couldn't care less what you do, but do something.
Have
like,
goals.
Have some kind of goal in life. Like, whether it's school or a job that you can, like, rise in or an idea. Like, just fucking do something.
But that's the thing. It's, that ultimately that's a mindset, and not everybody has that mindset. Yeah. And you kind of, and once you are tuned into that, you just see it anywhere. You know what I mean? Like, whenever you meet, once you have that mindset, you can pinpoint who does and who doesn't. Yeah. And it's like clear. Like now, by the way, those are the only people that I have on the podcast. Yeah. By the way, I don't have people that don't have anything to say or don't have anything going on. What am I going to talk to you about? Right? You know what I mean? Like that those are the worst episodes. And it's like, those are the type of people I want to talk about, because obviously it's like a similar mindset, so I can relate and I can talk to them about shit. But it's like, yeah, it's so clear. And just in general, like, yeah, and I don't think there's anything wrong with being that way, but I just can't talk to you or hang out with you. You know what I mean? It's just,
you want to hang around people like millionaires hang around millionaires.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
Or you put your friends on. Jada's a good example. Like, Lil Baby's girlfriend. Like, Des Dior was literally a nobody. Just somebody who went to high school with her. And now she's dating Future. And she has, like, a rap career. And I'm like, you see, like, you got to hang around people who... You don't have to have... you don't have to have the same goal as me. Like, I don't want to just hang around people who sell sneakers. I actually don't want to be friends with anybody else who sells sneakers. But hang around people... business with any of them people either. Who want to do something. Like, whether it's, like... a job. Like, I don't remember who it was that said she wouldn't mess with somebody who has a 9-to-5 because she wants to mess with an entrepreneur.
It was this girl, the annoying girl that does the annoying voice.
I know who you're talking about, but I don't know her name.
What the fuck is her name? Everybody forgot it after that. Nobody even cares
Simone?
about it. Yeah.
Yes. Like, I wouldn't care if you have a 9-to-5. Like, just as long as you have something that you're passionate about or you're working towards something. Yeah. Like, I would never clown nobody for having a 9-to-5, because people with 9-to-5s literally, like, I know people with 9-to-5s who live good.
Yeah,
like,
we can make a good living.
Literally,
it's exactly. It's literally all about. I can never talk to or hang out with anybody that is comfortable just doing the same thing over and over again until they die. That's like fucking insane, bro. To me,
like, if you got a 9-to-5 at Google, that's a different 9-to-5 than just being in a cubicle making $6. Like, that's.
But even if you are in a 9-to-5 in a cubicle, if you're working towards something and you want to change...
if you're working towards be a CEO or something, you just want to work in a cubicle, and that's okay with you for the rest of your life, it's like...
Yeah, if that's all you want to do, it's like, whatever, you do you, but I can't even understand that.
No.
Like, I get bored easily. You see how much shit changed, and like, from the last episode until now, like, now I took the headphones, and I'm like, I'm trying different shit.
Constantly change. That's me. That's why I have 2 businesses and a job, because I don't like having free time or doing the same thing every day.
I feel weird when I have free time.
Yes, like, yesterday I was off, and today I'm off. Yesterday I literally didn't even leave my bed. I was like...
Yeah,
I was like, my job is so fake. Y'all schedule me every single day, and this week y'all want to give me 4 days.
Right.
Like, what am I supposed to do with 3 open days in the week?
I feel weird. Well, at least you got 1 day to do that, so that's good. But like, just in general, I feel weird when I'm not doing something. Like, I just feel like time is being wasted. Yeah. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't exactly so I'm constantly involved in, and all that. But yeah, you're doing it. Can I title this episode "Hottest Free Agent"?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just giving you permission. I'm just saying, because, I don't want to seem misogynistic. Wow, that was a great episode.
It was. It's over already?
Yes. We've been talking for over an hour. I like to keep it like around an hour. Right. And also the camera, is going to get to a point where like the camera won't even turn on. So, I mean, for the sake of the camera, I'm going to keep it like that, but we got to do more episodes.
Definitely.
We can talk about, you weren't ready to end. I can tell. Yeah, but I just have to cut it short because... Once I have a better camera, I can go for 2 hours. I can't wait.
Right.
Because it's annoying when you end it before you run out of things to say. It happens a lot, but when I get a new camera, yeah, exactly. That's another thing that's gonna change when I get a new camera. I'm trying to think of just in general things that we talked about. Fucking hating social media.
Yes.
Being an entrepreneur or doing shit. You know what I mean? You being an entrepreneur specifically. Dominican men cheating.
Oh, yes.
A lot of that shit. Yeah, but I guess. All right. What are your parting words to end this episode?
Thank you for listening.
No.
Oh, I have the perfect. I have the perfect thing to say. So, do you guys remember when 6ix9ine was on the Breakfast Club and he was like, "This is gonna be your most watched video," and then a few months later, it was their most watched video. This is not gonna be the most watched video today or tomorrow, but maybe in like a few years, everybody's gonna be watching this video and be like, "Oh my God, this is what Elba was like before she was like famous."
Oh wow!
So
yeah,
just keep that in mind.
Yeah, that's the fucking energy I like. There we fucking go. That's a way to end the episode. You know what I mean? Episode 104. Hottest free agent. I'm gonna throw it back to me to do the outro. Elba, thank you so much for doing the episode.
Thank you.
All right, thank you for throwing it back to me. That was the first time it wasn't awkward, so I'm glad I finally was able to throw it back to me without it being awkward. Yeah, that was episode 104, hottest free agent. I think I'm gonna call it hottest free agents to make it plural, to make it about me and her. I don't want it to just be her. That's kind of misogynistic in a way. Hottest free agent is like, oh, she's the hot new free agent. She's the one that's... But I mean it in a good way. She's very, self-sufficient. She's doing a lot of shit that is getting her a lot of attention. A lot of guys want her. But that's because she's doing her own thing. And I always love entrepreneurs. You know what I mean? I always like to have those type of people on the podcast because they can talk. And she was one of my favorite guests because I didn't feel like I had to carry the conversation, right? We were both talking back and forth. And two... we have the same mindset or a similar mindset, and that's kind of becoming the overall theme of this podcast. It's just that kind of mindset, having those people on and explain themselves, and it can become repetitive. But I mean, if you also have this type of mindset, then you're gonna enjoy these conversations. Yeah, we talked about her starting her 2 new businesses, right? Dominican men cheating. The guys that send unsolicited dick pics, those are fucking crazy. I don't understand how those happen. But the main topic that we talked overall was just social media and why I quit social media and all the things that I hate about it. You know what I mean? From unsending messages on Instagram to vanish mode to just people acting like people they're not. You know what I mean? All that kind of stuff. It was a great conversation. And she was a great guest. It was just a good episode. So I don't have any more else to say. I mean, if you're in the Philadelphia area, follow Sold by EM. And I don't mean sold like SOLD. I mean SOLED by EM, which is a great name for a sneaker shopping business. And EM Styled You. So those are the 2 Instagram pages you can find on her social media if you're in Philadelphia and you want to get you want a hairstylist or somebody who can sell you sneakers. Those are the places where you can get them. And her social media, I'm gonna drop the links for that in the description below as well. Also, you can follow me at Eladio Talks, ELADIO Talks on Twitter and Instagram. And yeah, that's and I mean I'm on Clubhouse. Don't wanna I don't want to pat myself on the back here, but yeah, I'm on Clubhouse. If anybody's using that shit, it's very exclusive. If you're on there, follow me. You probably don't follow that many other people that because it's really hard to get in it. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say for the outro. This episode, we could have talked a lot more, but I'm scared of the camera always dying, so I try to keep it at an hour. Like anytime it goes over an hour, now I'm scared because I don't know how long this camera is going to last, and the battery was pretty much dead. So that I did make the right decision. So, yeah, that's it for this episode. Episode 104, titled Hottest Free Agents, which is me and her. We're the free agents that if you don't get quickly, you're going to miss out. Oh, and by the way, I love the way she ended the episode about you're going to come back, and once I'm really popular, this episode is going to blow up. Bro, that got me so hyped because I'm like, yes, that's the fucking energy that I love. But yeah. Do all this shit. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. You know what I mean? Fucking 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. All that shit. Thank you guys so much for listening to this episode. And I'll see you guys next week for episode 105. Don't know who the guest will be. Don't know what it's going to be titled. Just stay tuned for it, and I'm sure it's gonna be great. See you guys then. Peace.